Yes, the fabulous Swing Out Sister taking us back to the 80s, Fooled by a Smile. 10 o'clock it is, top of the hour here, the weekday brunch with me, Jason Black, and a man who would never ever be fooled by a smile. Good morning, Mr. Barnes.
A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Black.
How goes it in the world of Hong Kong?
Well, the rugby sevens are out of the way now, and the weather's warming up. Easter's well behind us, and I got back from my cruise in one piece.
Yes, do you have a good time?
Yeah, 5-star luxury, courtesy of the Cunard line from Hong Kong to Singapore. What a great show it was.
Very, very nice. Now, your message this morning, rather cryptic, one word, linchpin.
Well, my response to that, Mr. Black, is two words. Seth Godin.
Okay. Now, I'm a little bit curious because there's two spellings to the word, L-I and L-Y. You chose the L-Y.
Because I'm British, right?
We both are, sir.
And Australian. And we both spell linchpin with a Y, not an I.
Yes, and we're also both Hong Kong citizens.
We are indeed. We are indeed. I'm very proud Hong Kong citizens, no less.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lynchpin. Lynchpin. Yeah, Seth Godin wrote that book, and it's spelt with an I, not a Y. And the essential premise behind the book is that when you're compiling your business model, you need to anticipate that you're going to become so important to the tribe that you serve that you become indispensable. And by becoming indispensable, you serve to be a linchpin. Now, that's quite a tall order, obviously. But if you can set out with that end in mind, then clearly you're going to develop a business if you're capable of achieving the outcome that will be very valuable, all told.
Now, when you talk about linchpin, do you mean the person as an individual or the company itself? And the reason that I ask you this is because I know that you are very, very involved in your business. And on Mondays, we speak to our business guru, Warren Hill, and he's basically a business coach. And his sole drive is obviously to get people's businesses to awesome, but also to extricate the owner of the business so that he works on his business, but he's not part of it. How does yours work, and would it be able to work without you being an integral part of it?
Yeah, well, this is the secret, right? Because in the connection economy, the key to success is to help people achieve their objectives, and they achieve their objectives ultimately by you helping them answer their questions and help solve their problems. So because you're going through a publishing exercise, you've got the ability to parlay your knowledge and know-how to the end of answering questions and solving problems. And the act of publishing puts that information and knowledge out there on the web and divorces you from that material. So you're able, through publishing, to share your knowledge and know-how and essentially become, in due course, if you do it right, a linchpin without you needing to be formally involved in the business, because you've achieved the separation between you and the result by publishing and parlaying your knowledge in that fashion. So yeah, you don't have to be married to your business or enslaved to your business and become a linchpin. The connection economy gives you the opportunity to parlay what you're all about and give scale to your endeavors. Okay.
So tell us more about the book.
Well, basically, Seth Godin talks about needing to build a business that is of such importance to your tribe, be that tribe a big tribe or a small tribe or otherwise, that if your presence were removed from the face of the earth, then all hell would let loose, because that tribe would therefore no longer be able to kind of achieve what they're hoping to achieve, because you have taken away from them the means that they've come to rely upon to achieve their objectives. Let me give you an example of that. So it would have been about 3-4 years ago. We have about 10,000 pieces of content on our websites. We've got I've got 7 or 8 websites now in actual fact. But 3 or 4 years ago, our immigration websites, there's 3 of them: the Hong Kong Visa Centre, the Hong Kong Visa Handbook, and the Hong Kong Visa Giza website, which are all on WordPress. One of the plugins that we use for WordPress was compromised, and we got hit by basically a bug on one of these plugins. And so ourselves, our 3 websites, and 150,000 other websites around the world all got hit, and they all basically were infected with a piece of sort of viral software that if you surfed onto our websites, then this malicious payload will be released into your website through our website, and basically propagating, viruses and creating all havoc, or the kind of thing that viruses do. So because Google, as they do when they regularly spider their way through your websites looking for updates and wanting to recompile and reindex your content so that they can be presented to people who are searching against, searching for information that your websites contain. When Google came across our website, they saw malicious payload. So then they basically put a sort of firewall up and a message saying, this website is compromised. Do you really want to continue? And so basically what it means is that, people don't go on your websites. And in actual fact, what you've got to do in order to protect your credibility and your position with Google, you've got to fix that problem straight away. So when we got hit with this vulnerability, we had to take the websites down. We were down for 5 days over Christmas. And during that time, I got about 80 emails from people saying, when's the website coming back up? I can't get on with my application. I've been worried about this now. I'm relying on it. And it was at that point, Jason, that I realized actually, after what we've been doing the business about 4 years by then, we've become a linchpin. So you can't sort of envisage being a linchpin when you set out. You can certainly have it squarely in mind, and you can develop your proposition seeking to become indispensable. But it's only after the fact, I discovered in my instance anyway, that you can recognize that you have achieved linchpin status, because as we did when we got hit with the website vulnerabilities, customers were telling me, God, when are you coming back? We miss it. So yeah, that's what becoming a linchpin's all about.
Okay. And so it's really what you want to achieve, but it's quite hard to put the steps in motion to actually get there.
Well, it's a process, and it's a way of thinking about your connection economy type proposition and how you're going to publish, and the material that you're going to give away, the material that you're going to sort of in a sense hold back to monetize in one way, shape or another. It's just about using all the elements of the connection economy type approach to developing your business, knowing that if you do it right, then ultimately you're going to create a situation where your tribe will come to rely upon you. And once the tribe has come to rely upon you, then you've achieved for yourself linchpin status.
Now, there's been a lot going on in the news of late, and we've spoken a little bit about Facebook and other social media platforms. And one of the things that struck me this week is the word free. Now, I know you use the word freely, so to speak, in that, if we have a look at the likes of Google and Facebook, you may use the stuff for free, but absolutely there's a serious cost to it in terms of your data and what's being sold about you. Do you think there'll come a time where you need to try and define the word free, because I think it's going to get a bit of a bashing sometime soon?
Well, I don't think it's a question of defining the word free. I think it's understanding how free as a concept has worked in the world of marketing for the last, you've heard the notion there's no such thing as a free lunch, right?
In my business, it's true.
Well, that came out of the New Orleans saloon bars in the 1920s, when they wanted to attract people in at lunchtime to basically buy alcohol. Most people don't drink alcohol at lunchtime. So what they did was they offered free lunches in the expectation that, while people were in there, they would buy drinks. And that's where the contention, there is no such thing as a free lunch, came into being. And if you think the contention of there being no such thing as a free lunch through, when you look at how free as a concept has been applied in marketing, since that time, it's evolved in a number of different ways. But the final analysis is that historically, under the industrial economy, free itself has always come with some kind of hidden cost. Therefore, when you look at the connection economy, and then you apply, as we have done, the notion of free in what we do, actually there is no catch. Because what is happening is that you're using the idea of free as a means to generate and create relationships. You use the idea of free to showcase your expertise and generate trust in what you're all about. And as a result of that sort of relationship building exercise predicated on a zero cost of entry, so to speak, then what you've got is the opportunity there for people to decide if they need professional help with whatever it is that they brought them to your website in the first place, and therefore on the back of that, as a result of the relationship garnering a quality of your proposition, you're then able to sell services in a very open, honest and frank and transparent way. So there is actually today in the connection economy certainly something as a free lunch, because if you go onto our website, literally you can get absolutely everything that you could possibly need in order to complete any kind of Hong Kong visa application by yourself without paying for any professional help, nothing held back. And so the implication of that dynamic, of course, then is, well, okay, what is it that you're actually selling? Because if you're giving everything away for free but you make money, what's the value exchange that's going on? And we've discussed this before, Jason, but actually because we know immigration in the way that we do, we synthesized the fact of what we sell down to peace of mind. We sell peace of mind. We don't sell a visa label and a passport or avoidance of queues at the immigration department. And so peace of mind, of course, has been interwoven throughout our entire content proposition, because it's designed ultimately to parlay the idea that here's everything you need to do it, get on with it, you've got our support, we can do this, we can publish once and we can scale it across 10 billion people if we need to. It doesn't cost us anything. But if as a result of using our websites and understanding the problem that you've got and the education that you've acquired through using our websites, you come to conclude, no, actually, this stuff's too important for me. I'm not going to do this myself. I'm going to ask these guys to do it. And, an analogy might be, Jason, that you're about to set off up the Sani Pass and you can hear a rattle in your engine and you say to yourself, well, that rattle, it could cause a problem for me halfway up the Sani Pass. Should I have a look and investigate to see if I can fix that rattle myself? I can go on the internet and I can get all the information against a Google search, rattling in a Land Rover, what could it be? You can get all the information from the internet that tells you how to solve that problem. You probably have the tools to fix it, but in the back of your mind you've got this nagging doubt. My God, what happens if I get stuck halfway up the Sani Pass and this comes to be a problem for me? No, you know what I'll do is I'll head off to the local Land Rover shop and get it fixed. So it's that kind of sort of intellectual process, emotional process that we put people through in our proposition on our websites, and that ultimately allows them the information that they need to make informed decisions and then conclude for themselves whether or not they want professional help. So there is such a thing as a free lunch, and if you're good at what you do, you can ultimately create a proposition on the internet that becomes so compelling that dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands of people, or indeed millions of people, depending on what you do, might very well, come to rely on that. And if they lose that resource, they've lost you. Then you know that you've become a linchpin.
Well, I think also time comes into it when you have a look at how much time it's going to take you to do yourself at zero cost. And then the cost that you would pay somebody else to do it. And quite often the cost of somebody else doing it for you is less than the cost that it's going to take you taking yourself away from your business doing something else.
Well, that's right, indeed.
Now, talking about free, one of the things that really irritates me when you go onto these different platforms and you're looking for a business tool or something like that, and you do a Google search and it says free for 30 days, try it out. And you think, okay, right, I'm going to go and try this. And then the first barrier they put there is put your credit card details in, try it for free, and after 30 days we'll charge you. I find that quite off-putting, actually. Not that I have any problem with using the internet and putting my credit card details on there. If you're going to say it's free, make it free, and then give people the option to sign up after that time. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I think that's fundamentally a disingenuous way of trying to create relationships with people. What they are doing using that model is they're relying on the human condition that more often than not will mean that they can't be bothered going to cancel the credit card order after 30 days. So from a company perspective, it just potentially increases their sales just through some human foibles. It might increase their sales by 15 or 20%, and they think that extra margin that they get by having deployed that model is absolutely worthwhile to them because of the revenues that they accrue. I on the other hand, I think that's frankly, forgive my French, an ass backwards way of doing it. What you want to do is you want to be given an opportunity through people investing their time and attention in your proposition. You want to have those 30 days to demonstrate really how bloody good you are, and then remove any potential barriers to anybody going through the process of assessing how bloody good you are. And then at the end of 30 days, you have to win your spares. And if you've won your spares, you're on your way. You've created real value, and you've got a customer, and you've done it in an open, ethical, and transparent fashion. Whereas this idea that it's 30 days, but we'll give us your credit card, but we're not going to charge you for 30 days. That's not free. That's in actual fact, they say it's free, but it's not. It's delayed payment.
Well, 9 times out of 10, I switch off. That's me. If that's how they've done it, I don't engage. I mean, if I've had looked at some of the programs that I have got, like Zero and others, they haven't adopted that model, and they do come back to you after a certain amount of time and have said, do you enjoy it? Is there anything that we can do to make your experience better? And now we are ready to sign up. Are you ready? And then you go ahead. And the proof's in really the use of it. And if it does work, I've committed all the time to make it work.
I agree with you completely, and my default posture towards things that I'm buying via the web is, if you say it's free, I want it to be free. If it's not really free because I have to invest all my credit card details and the risk that's associated with investing my credit card details into that opportunity, then I won't transact with them. It doesn't matter how good the proposition looks. I simply won't transact with them.
Okay. Now, I'm very excited. I'm a little bit of a liberal at heart. And today...
Are you? Which bit? Oh, the heart. Okay, got it.
Today I went and I bought my advanced copy of James Comey's book coming out. Very excited about that.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yes, very excited. And actually, I was having a Google about on Amazon. Well, not a Google about, but having a gander about on Amazon, looking at all of the other books that are coming out too. All very exciting stuff.
What's that got to do with free, Mr. Black, and also Lynchpin?
No, it's got nothing at all. Well, you continue the conversation on free and Lynchpin then, sir.
No, I'm just trying. I was trying to think of the hook, and
there was no segue other than that. A challenge coming to me, reading a book that is getting a lot of press, actually.
From what I've read, apparently maybe a third of the book is about his interactions with the Trump administration, and the other part of it is really about his career and how the FBI worked and all that kind of stuff. That's what I've come to understand. But I agree, it'd be an enthralling read.
Now, next week, are we on? No travel plans?
We certainly are.
Excellent.
My friend, I don't sleep on Thursday nights, knowing that Friday afternoon is coming along with my session with you. So, I'm that excited by it. I don't get any snoozes that night, so I'm exhausted now because I didn't sleep at all last night.
Now, tell me a little bit about intelligent content marketing. How's it going?
It's going good. So there's a number of things going on, right? There is the build out of the technical build out of the platform, which has been ongoing now for about 3 months. And then there's the the development and then the subsequent publishing of the content that goes to make up the intelligent content.marketing website, which is a constant work in progress. And then there's the activities which will amount to us taking the messaging embedded in the intelligent content marketing proposition, out into the wider world so that you can begin to build your tribe. So knowing that it's a 3-stage process, we're at sort of stage 2.5 right now. So we've got the Monopoly video, how to build a monopoly from nothing with no money invested. That's the anchor content. That is a 15-minute video where I basically tell the story of my business and how we developed the idea of intelligent content marketing. And then off that, if your interest is piqued by that story and you think you might be able to learn something more about intelligent content marketing at the next level of detail, then you're invited to sign up for our 100% free, completely catch-free membership site called the Encyclopedia of Intelligent Content Marketing. And inside the Encyclopedia of Intelligent Content Marketing, I think there's about 400 different videos now. There's about 150 infographics. And there are a minimum of 120 different sections of the website that are reflective of various ideas that go to make up collectively the concept of intelligent content marketing. And those ideas are embedded in a series of videos, 88 in all, plus another 14 that come from the question and answer section, where I gave a series of talks over the course of 12 months in Hong Kong, one a month, which I then, after the fact, denoted as something called the power of free. And that power of free series of videos is in a sense, the anchor content to the Encyclopedia of Intelligent Content Marketing. And they're all broken down into bite-sized idea chunks where I share elements and thinking of the constituent parts of the whole idea of an intelligent content marketing strategy, and then we build on that through the provision of other content that has come from other talks that I've given down the line, and then sort of sitting on top, or rather on underneath all of that. So you've got Monopoly, then you've got Power of Free inside the encyclopedia, and then over the course of the last 14, 15 weeks, I've been shooting a collection of videos where I've been teaching an old friend and, in fact, an investor in one of my other companies previously, a guy called Dr. David Bruce, who's a PhD in entrepreneurship from Babson College and has got an MBA from Cranfield School of Management, and most of his courses were entrepreneurship. And he runs a business in Hong Kong that has got parallels to the Hong Kong Visa Centre. His business is to teach people, investment bankers, how to pass the SFC licensing examination so that they can, be regulated financial advisors and the like. So he's got a very, very specialist niche, and I've been teaching him all the concepts of intelligent content marketing, getting from a theoretical to a practical level, building on all the content that's contained in the Encyclopedia of Intelligent Content Marketing, to basically to produce an actionable plan so that you can take intelligent content marketing as an idea and then convert it into something tangible for yourself in your own business, either an existing business converting the way that you operate, or into a new business that you're starting from scratch, building on the precepts of intelligent content marketing from the get-go. Anyway, so what that means, Jason, is that we spent 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks, I think it was, me educating David, taking him through all the information at a very, very granular level of detail. We shot all of that, and we're producing a series called the Monopoly Planner. And that Monopoly Planner is going to be the way that we begin to monetize intelligent content marketing, because we're giving everything else away for free, but this one particular piece of premium content is available for purchase via our website for $2,500 a pop. And the way it works is that you buy the Monopoly Planner content from us. We deliver it to you, one module a week for 10 weeks, and you pay up front. But for the first 4 weeks, which is 40% of the content, you can at any point in time, via a single click, get a 100% refund on your credit card. So we ask you to pay up front. We're not saying it's free, but we are saying that for the first 30 days, you get a 100% money back guarantee with a single click. So at any point in the process, you don't want to carry on receiving the material, you can simply get your money back, and you get to keep all the material that you've already received. So that's the Monopoly Planner, and that's the sort of the most recent piece of content that's being plugged into the Intelligent Content Marketing website, and that then sort of tops off, in a sense, all of the materials that we've developed, so that anybody that's really interested in emulating what we've done in our business for their own business, they've got access to all of the knowledge and know-how, 7 years of intellectual endeavor, basically teaching people how to build a monopoly in their niche. And our fee for that would be $2,500 with a 100% money back guarantee if you don't get any value out of the material in the first 30 days.
Now, if you have a look at the Visa Giza and Hong Kong Visa Center websites, and you have a look at the content, do you believe that you have created all of the content that could possibly focus around Hong Kong visas? Or is there more content still to create?
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. 90% of Hong Kong immigration activity is covered in our website. There are some visa types and there are some immigration elements that my professional practice doesn't cover. And so we've never developed any expertise in it. So we don't seek to be, the 100% total source. We think 90% is good enough. The stuff that we don't have any competency in I can tell you there's three elements that we've actually got competency in all of them, but we don't market any expertise in it. The first is foreign domestic helpers. The reason why we've never developed any specific expertise or claimed to be good at that stuff is because, firstly, there's no money in it. Secondly, actually, given that there are, 270,000 foreign domestic helpers in Hong Kong, every single one of those 270,000 is an expert in the foreign domestic helper visa, because it's one visa type, it's their lives, and they know how it works inside and out, and they're always talking about that visa type amongst their friends. So no opportunity for us to ever develop any expertise in that, and there's no money even if we did. So we never, so we haven't covered that visa type. The second visa type that we don't cover is the student visa. And the reason why we don't cover the student visa is because getting a student visa is pure administration once you've been accepted into a registered tertiary education institute. And there also the school offices will always assist the students in going through the process of getting their student visas approved. So A, no money in that, and B, there are other areas of experts in that particular visa type that means that we don't have to worry about covering it. And then the third area relates to permanent residency by descent predicated on a claim to Chinese nationality. And the reason why we don't claim any expertise in that, even though we know about it and we do advise on it every now and again, is because it boils down to Chinese nationality law, which actually is a separate discipline from Hong Kong immigration law, as a result of the fact that we've got the special administrative region with a 50-year guarantee of separation of systems between Hong Kong and China. So we never became experts in Chinese nationality law. But apart from that, if there's any kind of immigration matter that relates to employment or residence and doesn't involve the need to use the courts to enforce rights, because I'm not admitted as a solicitor in Hong Kong, and we are not a solicitor's firm or a legal consulting practice. So anything that relates to the use of courts to enforce immigration rights, which is minimal in actual fact because of the way the immigration ordinance is set up, then we just refer that work onto a firm here that we've had a relationship with I've had a relationship with them for 25 years, and this firm is very well respected, and the immigration department hates this firm because it's this law firm that ends up changing the law the whole time, and it makes the immigration department angry. So 90% of immigration coverage is our game, and as I say, that's the market that we're interested in. That's what we're specialised in. But it's 90% of the entire array of immigration activity, nonetheless.
And you've basically covered content to service that 90%. So every single question that would pertain to that has been answered and is available online. So anybody who does have a business that wants to create content that gives answers to people would go about it, and you would be a good beacon having already done it.
That's right. I mean, you can go onto our websites, you can see, what we've done, what the results of our intellectual endeavours have, developed, and look at our content in the intelligentcontent.marketing website, and then see how, the material you see on our website, on our immigration websites, have sort of been constructed. Or indeed, when you look at the Intelligent Content Marketing website, the Encyclopedia of Intelligent Content Marketing too, you can deconstruct exactly what we've done, what's lying sort of behind the curtains, as it were, in terms of all the moving parts of a connection economy business model such as Intelligent Content Marketing represents.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Stephen. We'll catch up again, same time, same place next week.
Keep on being a linchpin, Jason, because when you're not there, I miss you.
Have a very cool day. Take care, mate. Bye.
Bye.